Let's talk about the latest going on around the Baltimore Ravens. And we're going to talk about Tyus Bowser because Bleacher Report identified the best sleepers on each NFL team. The player that they decided to go with here with Baltimore was Bowser. He has been a player that I used a lot in Mario Kart Bowser, but in terms of being on the football field, he's also a very good player. He is entering his 5th year and no Pro Bowls. If you're telling me right now who is a player that a lot of people might not know about and could make a Pro Bowl, one of the reasons why I am going to go this route is because he's talented and he also has opportunity. That's realistically probably your two biggest things, and sure, scheme fit as well. But he has the opportunity this year, and he's very talented. 6'3", 242 pounds, out of Houston, only 26 years old, 34 tackles last year, 2 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. But one of the biggest reasons why you could see him kind of take that next step and be great, there's no more Matt Judon. Plus, one of the biggest things that I think linebackers or even edge rushers need in today's league is not only the ability to be able to cover, or not only the ability to be able to stop the run and get after the quarterback, but you also need to be able to cover. And I think that's one of the things that Bowser does so well. So when you look at his stats from last season, 5 pass breakups, but the number that's really going to jump off the page, I believe to a lot of people, and it should, is his ability to realistically stop the pass. I mean, 3 interceptions. That is very impressive. Overall grade, 70.2 in terms of PFF grades. The run grade, 76. Pass rush could get better. But that quarterback rating, I mean, 42.2. I mean, that is very, very impressive. And maybe that's one of the biggest reasons why Baltimore decided to give him, a nice little 4-year, $22 million extension. But when you're telling me right now he's played at least 40% of the defensive snaps in each of the past 2 seasons, has a bigger opportunity right now with no more Matt Judon, and has the talent and scheme fit, I could absolutely see why somebody like Bowser was picked to be a sleeper here for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this is what Bleacher Report had to say. This offseason, Baltimore signed Bowser to a 4-year, $22 million contract. While he isn't a league-wide star now, his time in the spotlight could be coming. And I 100% agree. I'm not always the biggest guy in terms of playing out of the fantasy football for defensive players, but this could definitely be a player to keep on your radar here. So what I'm going to hit you guys with is this. Bowser was picked to be the sleeper for Baltimore. A lot of different players you could go with here. A lot of different routes as well. If in terms of a breakout star, I'd probably go J.K. Dobbins, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you a sleeper. So somebody not quite ready to break out, but also a name that a lot of people might not know about. And for most Baltimore Raven fans, you're like, what do you mean? Bowser's a guy everyone knows. Sure. But you also got to think about the people who don't always follow the Ravens. That's where sleeper can really come into hand here. So who's a player on the Ravens roster, whether it's on the offensive side of the football, whether it's on the defensive side of the football, that you think a lot of people are sleeping on and going to have a big-time year this upcoming season?